Hello and welcome to class. So one of the important things when it comes to your pattern drafting is your gusset construction method. Is the gusset you're going to be using for your bag. And based on the box analysis, we said the gusset is the side of the bag. The two sides, that is what the gusset is. And in this video, I'm going to be taking you through the Tote gusset construction method. And this is one of the gusset construction methods taught in our exclusive handbag class, the handbag construction class. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you just one aspect of it. In the handbag construction class, it is further broken down into different types, different ways by which you can achieve the tote gusset, what a tote gusset looks like. So this bag, the gusset used in this bag, that's, we can both see the back of the bag. This is the front of the bag, and this is the side. So now for this side, the gusset used here is what we call the tote gusset. Now what characterizes the tote gusset? Also show you another bag. Okay, so this is a shoulder bag, and you can see this. So the side, the gusset is a single panel, that is, it is a single material with the front of the bag. The side, that's the gusset. The side is a single material with the front, and it's also a single material with the back. So that means the back of the bag, of which ends at this point, donates half of the gussets. The front also donates half of the gussets. The front and the back extends into each other to form the base of the bag. But here, this has been cut and joined back to each other, but does not mean that this is different from this. It is still a single panel coming to form this base and also coming to form the front of the bag, and I am going to show you that shortly using the box analysis. So this is how you identify the tote gusset construction method. The front and the back, they come together at the side to form the gusset of the bag, to form the side of the bag, to give the bag some width. And this is what makes this gusset construction method different from the popular tote bag that is flat. The popular tote bag is a flat bag, just like this. It has no gusset, it's just front and back. That's the regular tote bag that a lot of people call tote bag. But the tote gusset, instead of being flat, it comes to the side. The front and the back, they both donate. The front and the back, they both donate to form the side, the gusset. This is also what it looks like on this type of bag. This is an handbag as well, and this is the front coming here straight to donate to this side, and this also coming here, the back donating to this side, the back donating to this side. So how to understand that better? Now this is a bag in form of a box. We said a box is the basic idea behind a bag. This is the gusset one, this is the gusset two, this is the front, this is the back, this is the base, and this is the top of the bag. So if you want to cut out the tote gusset, you want to cut out the panel for it, this is the best way for you to understand it. So we said half of the, for the gusset construction method, we said half of this is what makes it up. So we're going to divide this gusset. Draw a straight line. Okay. So we don't need this. This was just to key the box, the parts of the box together. So we'll divide this gusset too. This is the second gusset. We divide it into two. So here we have the back of the bag. So this is the back. Let's call this the back, and let's also call this the front. So now half of this, okay, half of this should be here at the bottom here. Half of this part of the bag should be here. That's the base of the bag. Both of them that is supposed to contribute to the base, to form the base. So in most of these bags that you are seeing, the base was joined back. It was first detached and joined back to the body of the bag. So we can also do that, cut this off and then join it later. But this is a box, so we will not be able to do that. So let's say that half of this, let's also divide this in half. so that you can understand for the sake of beginners that are here. Okay, so I've been able to join this back here. So we've divided it into two. Now this is what our pattern looks like. Let's hide the top and the flap. Let's say that this is just a bag like this that does not have a top and a flap. This is another type of bag. This has a top and then this has a flap. So this is different from this. Now this is the side one, side two for the front, and this is the base of the bag. Side one, side two for the back, and then the base. So when these both come like this, when this comes like this is the back, donating a part of it and a part of it and a part of the bottom to form the bag. Then when this also does the same, right, and they come together, what you will have is a bag. And that is why you will see that there is a joining at this side. There is a joining here, and that is what is happening here. So it is like this front pattern now is like this. This back pattern is like this. Both of them come together to join, even at the base. Okay, so some bags don't join at the base here, they just join here and here. It just depends on how you cut it, but the idea is still the same. Both come like this, and there's a stitching here, there's a stitching here, and that's what forms this type of gusset. That is the basic idea behind this gusset construction method. And now we divided this into two. You can also have it as one single panel, just like this. Okay, so your back pattern can look just like this, just one single panel. We couple it back together. That's in the case of a bag, we stitch it together, and what we have is a bag. You can also still have your flap too, just one single panel, and it will form everything in the bag. You are not joining any other thing to it. You are not trying to fix and gum any other thing, just one single panel. So how do you draft the pattern for this panel? Now let us go into it. So for your bag, you are going to have different dimensions for your bag. There is the height. The height is how tall the bag is. So you'll have the height of the bag, how tall the bag is. As in the case of this bag now, that's the height of the front. The height of the front. When using this height, that is the height of your bag, how tall the bag is. So for the height of this bag, let us write it out. I will write it as H. Write that as H. And let's say the height of our bag is going to be 5. Then you also have the width of the bag, that's how wide this bag is. Okay, so let's say that the wideness of the bag, I also call it the length. Okay, so let's, or how long, how wide the bag is. So let's say the width is let's use something greater than the height of the bag, so that our bag looks more wider than it is at the height. So let's use 7 inches. And then the depth of the bag, I also call this the width sometimes, but for this sake, let's call it the depth of the bag. So that's how deep, right, how deep this bag is. I like to call it how wide the base is. So it's also the measurement of your base, the measurement of your gussets, especially at this bottom part. So what measurement do you want to use? Of course, it should not be a big measurement. It's usually the smallest measurement in a bag, usually, not in all cases, but usually the smallest measurement in a bag. So let us use 3 inches for that. So once you have these 3 measurements, then you can now go here and draft your pattern. So in order to draft your pattern, based on what we have here, right, based on what we have here, if we hide this back, our pattern should look like the side, the front, and the side again. Then the bottom will have the base. Okay, the side, the front, and the side too, and then the base. Now for this, we said that the front is donating just half of the gussets, and that is what we have here. Just donating half of the gussets, then the front, and then half of this. And this is the height of our bag, this is the length. So when you are drafting your pattern using this your your dimensions, you are taking the depth of the bag, or the width, like I call it, the depth. You divide it by 2, because what the front is donating is half. So you divide this by 2, what you would have is 1.5. So you take that 1.5 and you measure it on your pattern paper. So the next thing is the length of your bag, that is how wide the whole bag is, and that is 7 inches. So you take the 7 inches. So now this is half the gusset that we measured here, 1.5, using this dimension. This is half the gusset, which is half that we have here. Then you take the length, how wide this front is, how long this front is. Okay, you take the measurement, and we said it is going to be 7 inches. So from this line, you measure 7 inches. So I'm marking it at 2 points so that the line will be straight. So from this line, you measure 7 inches. And after this front is what we just measured here. And after that, you measure half of your gusset again. That's half of the depth of the bag. So that is 1.5. So whatever you have after that, you don't need it. Cut it off. Whatever you have after that, you can cut that off. So this is what we have now. Okay, the gusset one, half of it, the front, full length, and then the gusset 2 here. So now for the base, we said this is going to contribute to the base. So it's going to, the front is also going to contribute half to the base of the bag. By the way, the flap of your bag, the top and the flap of your bag is not supposed to be on the front panel. Okay, it's not supposed to be on the front panel, it's supposed to be on the back panel. Yeah, ideally your, so I think I labeled this, I should have labeled this the back while I labeled this the front, because the front does not usually carry the flap. The front is the one that the flap will rest on. Okay, so let me just correct that now. So this is the front. Because of this flap, this is the back. Okay, so for the front of the bag, we said half of the gusset also goes here, so we would have half of this, which is 1.5. The gusset here that we are using, that's the width of the bag. It's also the one representing the gusset. Now this we do not need, this we also do not need. So if we cut this out, and we cut this out, we'll have something that looks like this. So you take the height of your bag. Your height you're going to take from this line. After the gusset, half gusset, you take it from this line. So let's say the height is 5 inches, like we said. So we also cut that off. Now there are some bags that are covered at the top. So let's say this is covered at the bottom. There are bags that are also covered at the top and may have a zip here. So in that case, that means the gusset is also going to reflect at the top. So in that case, you can go ahead and measure another half here, half gusset. So that's 1.5. So there are bags that also have at the top. Okay, so you wouldn't need this, you can cut this off. So you cut this in two places, one for the front and one for the back of the bag, just this exact pattern, because each of it is now donating half. So this, if this is the front, the back will also donate half, and when both of them come together, what you would have is a bag. Okay, so there are bags that look like this. See it besides the top, but the one we have here, it does not have a top, so we do not need this. So I'm just going to fold it in. We don't need it. I'm supposed to cut it off, but I'm not cutting it off. I'm just folding it in because I'm illustrating. This is what you would have. So you can say that what we have here is very similar to what we have here, except that the dimensions are different. This is taller, while this is shorter and wider. So that is how to arrive at this pattern. You take half your gusset, you take the length of your bag, and then you take half the gusset again, and then for the base you do the same thing. So now it is also possible that you cut the front and the base together. So that means after this base, which is that this is the bag, so this is the front of the bag, goes to the base, and then the back of the bag. So that means instead of cutting the front panel separately from the back, you can cut it together, in the sense that this is your half for the gusset, this is half for the gusset, then the back as well. The back is also donating half of gusset for the base. The half of the base comes from the back, you add it to it, then after that half you have the height of the back of your bag, and then you cut it out that way. So when you bring it together, it's going to form a whole bag. And what you would have is something that looks just like this. This is what you would have. So you can see the gusset here, this is joined here. I've already gummed this here. So half of the gusset coming from the front, half of the gusset coming from the back, then you have your base. Okay, so this base I didn't separate it at all, it was just a single panel, and that is what you would have. So this forms your bag. And you can see there's almost no difference between this bag and this, except the handles. You can see the side. Okay, you can see the side of this was pushed in. You can also push the side of this in, so it forms your bag. So that is the basic idea behind forming this type of gusset.